he's got that big V8. He's not gonna have any problems in his Dirty Ruby. We're down here in Australia. We're just having a grand time.
Give it the beans.
Yeah, we're gonna go up here, up around this corner. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna give it a go. We're gonna give it the old beans. Yeah, that's what we're doing. 4-wheel drive 24/7 down in Australia. So we're goofing off, having a good time, and we were just talking about how these, I think they're beech trees. Oh, maybe
aspen
it's
trees.
Is it aspen?
These
beech
are
or birch?
aspen.
Well, aspen trees. The aspen trees, it kind of, for a brief moment, we felt like we were in the outback in Australia, and that's when I kind of started going into character, and I couldn't help myself. So, a South Arkansas accent trying to do an Australian accent.
Yeah, that was bad. That was rough, baby.
Somebody
I love the effort, though. E for effort.
Somebody lost a mud flat, and it was a Toyota.
Oh, wait, no, okay.
I could tell.
We have pity on the Toyotas.
Yeah, that. Isn't that gorgeous? This has been a really nice campsite. People out walking their pups. Chipmunk is over there in the tree. I probably can't pick him up on the camera. He's chattering. And you can't really tell, yeah, but oof, I can't get there. We go. Right over there is where the bear had come through in relation to camp. He's a little dude. And said that he was Crumbs' bigger cousin. Crumbs is Kate's little Pomeranian, Crumbs. Because this big brown, or small brown bear was fluffy, and he runs into camp, snatches something, and then runs out of camp. It's like, just like Crumbs. Crumbs is always stealing stuff. Socks, dryer lint, sheets, you name it. But I'm going to get back to this coffee, and I think we're supposed to hit EngineerPass today and then do the Alpine Loop. So that's going to be a full day, so we need to get rolling. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have some good scenery today. We want to thank JP Stanley and his girlfriend Kim Maish for taking time to guide us around their home trails. JP is a local firefighter in Silverton who has been actively involved with preservation efforts and working with other locals to restore the landscape with other historical preservation projects. As we started off at the trailhead, JP was struggling a little bit, and we thought this might make for a long day. His stock Nissan Pathfinder on 32-inch tires had us concerned he was not going to do very well on EngineerPass, as this trail has some technical sections that require a lift and larger tires. However, that stock Pathfinder did everything we did with ease, and we were quite impressed with his off-road skills and knowledge of the area. Having a local guide who knew all about the cabins and mines along the trail made the journey so much better. And if you follow our channel, you know Kate and I enjoy history and establishing a connection between the scenery and the history. The mountain views on EngineerPass and the Alpine Loop were quite different from our previous days in Colorado. After off-roading Imogene Pass and Yankee Boy, one would think we had pretty much seen everything. This trail would soon prove that very wrong.
It is so hard to hold the camera steady and drive. Y'all don't know the struggles.
Having a fully loaded Jeep with enough camping gear to overland for a full week-long adventure, adding in a heavy rooftop tent makes an off-camper situation a bit more nerve-wracking than Kate and I prefer. Kate chose to walk some of the off-camber technical areas and film for me, considering looking out her window were drop-offs ranging from hundreds to thousands of feet. Speaking of steep drop-offs, it did not seem to bother some of the cycle riders. This guy was a bit too confident passing us when he felt we were impeding his trail time. Had he fallen, he would have hit lots of trees and hundreds of feet down. Our first technical obstacle looked much more intimidating in person.
I've got mountain goat duty.
After tackling the technical section and switchbacks, our elevation climbed to views that were stunning and incredible.
This kind of trail is the stuff you live to tell your grandkids about. I mean, it's not hard. It's challenging. It's fun, but it's these straight drops that are mess with your mind. And when you're completely loaded to the roof with overland gear plus a rooftop tent, yeah, off camber is a bit more intimidating.
Hey, this is the doozy. If you want us to video you coming up, give us a second.
Well, that sounds even more challenging.
I think it's a doozy. He said it's not that big of a doozy, but it's a pretty good doozy.
Well, there's no question. It's a doozy.
So there's this brick and stone 5-story platform that used to be the mill that processed rocks, which would be silver, gold, zinc, iron, silver, the hills are gnawed with the sounds of music.
Oy vey. Or not. That might be funny, actually.
Nashville is not calling us. This is the part where people say, screw watching this and skip forward. Go, next video.
The remnants of the town of Animas Forks is around 11,200 feet, which is 2 miles above sea level. This area is managed by U.S. Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management. The town had its first cabin in 1873, and by 1876 the mining community housed about 30 cabins, a hotel, a general store, saloon, and a post office with around 450 people by 1882. In the fall, residents would migrate down to the warmer town of Silverton to the south for supplies. In 1884, a 23-day blizzard bombarded the town with 25 feet of snow. The residents had to dig tunnels to get from building to building. Most people, I dare say, have never seen a doorknob like this. This is an 1800s, early 1900s style doorknob. And if I can stay out of the light, there's a keyhole over on the bottom corner, right over there. That was your key, like a skeleton key or antique looking keys, and that would turn the latch. And then sometimes the doorknobs were even older style than this.
Also, flathead screws. I don't believe Phillip head screws have been invented yet. Someone with a bright idea and a screwdriver who got very angry at flathead screws says, I've had enough of this, and said I'll just use 2 of them. And the man was a genius, and I thank him. Yeah, Kate and I both don't remember seeing antique hinges that had texturing in them. Very ornate. And this was in 1880s, so pre-Victorian era. Right at the cusp of it, but beautiful place. And beautiful setting. We are here at the Animas Forks jail. And I've got my flashlight here so you can see it. People have carved their initials into the wood walls. Look at the thickness of the walls. They beveled the door so they couldn't be pried. Oof. So you talk about no windows, bare minimum. You can tell where people had, or probably animals may have been scratching and clawing, but and an animal has left his mark. But the reinforced hinges, pretty impressive. They had to restore it several years ago. Sadly, people, rats, woof, man. People have been prying the old square nails. There you get a shot of the square nails. People have been prying the old square nails and pieces of the boards out. So they're been trying to restore it, and they restored the roof several years ago. So get a shot of the hinges.
Dad's standing right here.
Railroad, or probably, that's probably a mine car track. Beautiful scenery.
Jail with the best scenery ever.
Unless you're inside it.
It's still better than the jail I work in.
Probably smells a lot better.
Oh, I can promise you it does.
We stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, forever be, forever be. In this moment, forever be, forever be. The night fades like a whispered song as time rushes on. Oh, it won't be long, fading now into a memory, a picture on the wall, a moment frozen not to fall. In this moment, forever be, forever be. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be.
Mining profits declined, and eventually Animas Forks was no longer justifiable, and without the promise of the railroad access, it became a ghost town by 1920s. While the Sound Democrat Mill is widely preserved, this one is near collapse. The extreme remote locations of these mills astounds us as we consider how the people live through harsh winters in complete independence of outside resources for up to 6 months or more. These harsh conditions and remote locations required true survival and determination. These workers were not seeking gold, rather they were paid to work the mines and work the mills, perhaps with a little hope of finding gold for themselves.
Imagine using that a little over 100 years ago. That was all they had was wagons and carts. Can't even imagine. Here I am on rubber tires complaining about how rough it is. Whatever. These are some really tall Bob Ross happy trees and some pretty little flowers for its friends. Why is it as many single track, little tight shelf roads that we have done? Why is this one so intimidating?
Because we're that far off the ground.
No, I mean, we've been on worse. But this one just, for some reason, shows. Whoa. It doesn't look like nothing on film, but I don't know. It's just you got to be really cautious, really careful. Oh, look at this view.
If it helps anybody that's watching, we've probably dropped about 1,000 feet in the last 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Eight to 10 minutes. So we're going down in a pretty steep grade that it's really so hard to tell. But nope.
I wished I could bottle this smell up and take it with me. Closest I can come is a Dr. Squatch soap bar.
We're currently at about 11,000 feet, but we topped out today at
12.
12 and a half.
12.8, I believe.
12.8.
12.7. I had to do that. I haven't gotten a single water crossing in Colorado. I don't care how small a water crossing it was. I've done cross, I don't know, 10 at least. They're all a little bitty like
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say, now
But
these are.
exactly, we're so used to water crossings in the Ozarks that are water crossings. This is like nothing. Had to do it.